Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answers to the human experience? Welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, a 2-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next 2 hours, listen, call in, and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
There Yes, indeed, there is a light right here on WWNN, 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and, well, 96.9. And we're just connecting to all of you all across the nation, and we are answering your questions at 888-565-1470. This is a time when we get to join together and connect and explore new possibilities. I mean, after all, it's 2021. What else could happen? Apparently quite a bit. We are navigating changes that, well, seem a bit unprecedented, but some of them, well, there's shades of gray all over the place. So you have to decide for yourself what's really going on. And how can you make a shift and a change in your own life? Because as you make your changes, as you navigate life, you're going to find that there are things in the energy that you can create. And you may not see all the results right away, but if you visualize, if you set your intentions, if you hold it, it will come to pass. And sometimes the world has to just, well, reorganize itself. And if there ever was a time of reorganization, now's the time. For all of us, what would you like to shift and change? Well, this is a new moon tonight. And we are starting a new cycle, a new moon cycle in a new year cycle in the first month, and it's the 13th day. And what a day it's been. My goodness, the news is just hopping. But I get the sense that since March of 2020, the news has really been a very busy business. They've got a lot to say. But before you put all of your eggs in the baskets that are being set before you, it's really good for you to take a good look at what you want to place in front of you that is what's most important to you. You see, the angels, the guides, we're really not alone. There is a divine source. If you're listening to the show, you know we talk about spiritual things. We talk about connectivity. We give you messages of hope and inspiration, and we guide you on this path. But it's not a path to say, think what I think, believe what I believe. It is a path for you to step forward in your life and choose what really feels good for you, what resonates with you, and design your own relationship in the heavens, and connect to your angels and your guides. And all I offer to do is to serve as the conduit of the energy that passes through me and relays the information to you. And many of you have been following the show now for a very long time. You're just joining us, well, we've been here for 11 years. Actually, it'll be 12 in May. And we are connecting in a way that gives everyone a nugget of information, much like the little squirrel. Just kind of store it away somewhere. And when you're ready, dig it out and kind of chew on it a bit and really divulge the information and really put it in your being and see where you're going. It's a time for you to choose what's going to be important for you for not just this year, but the years to come. Whether you realize it or not, the world is preparing itself for some major changes. The whole world, not just America, the world. And as every nation strategizes, every country begins to realign itself, they're making choices. But you have to choose how you would like to exist in the changes that are being made. And how does that translate to your life and the flow? You know, if someone says on the news that we're headed for a particular type of economy, does that mean that it has to really impact you? Well, the minute you take in the energy of whatever's going on, you bring it into your energy of your vortex, your spiritual circle. So if you're bringing into your life the energy of what's being said by continually thinking about it and bringing it into your being and feeling that if something's supposed to take a downturn, that it's going to impact you. Now, we know there's a residual effect of everything. But how you hold the vision and how you set your intentions and choose to live your life has great power over what's going on around you. At least how it impacts you personally. And if instead of seeing all the doom and gloom that's there before you, and Lord knows it's really been a little dicey on the television, at least as far as the news is concerned. You're seeing things unfold. But the more attention that you place on that energy, the more thought process that is mulled about in your being, the more you invite things to happen in your experience directly to you. You know, I have to say this. There's quite a few of you, you know, we are very fortunate, I guess, that we were given masks. They were sent in the mail. People received their masks. And some people got some colors, others got other colors. There's some schools of thought as to what group of communities got what colors, but I'm not here to talk about what color your mask is. I want to draw your attention to something else. So they say we're fighting an unseen enemy, which has this repercussions that have been, well, detrimental to mankind, detrimental to our well-being, detrimental to our way of life. But did you know that when you put on one of the masks that we were sent, and it says stop, and it says COVID, that every time you see that, that energy, that word has a frequency. Notice I'm not saying it. That virus has a frequency. And as you wear the mask that has that, you have that frequency now in your energy. Now, is Sarah Spiritual trying to tell you that whether you get a virus or not is really based on what's on your mask? No, I'm not saying that. So nobody run off and think I said that. What I'm saying is that we're talking about the law of attraction. We're talking about power. We're talking about energy. We're talking about frequency. We're talking about what you allow in your energetic bubble. And everyone got their mask and like, oh, they sent us masks. Woohoo, happy doo-dah. And you take your mask and you put it on and you're running around with this disease that everybody's talking about. Everybody's living, everyone's experiencing. If you haven't been through it, you know someone who's been through it. If you didn't lose someone, you know someone who lost someone. And there's this momentum and it's getting closer and closer and closer and closer. So careful what you put in your energy. When my masks came in, I said, well, thank you very much. I threw them out. Just they're in the garbage. I'm not going to wear that mask. I'll wear a different mask, but I'm not going to wear one that advertises a virus that is the enemy and invite it into my own energetic home camp. And the reason why I bring this up is because it's a visual that many of you can relate to. Many of you receive these masks at your home. And you're seeing things unfold on the television now of different circumstances. And it's hitting us really low in the gut. It's like a gut punch. But careful that that is not the only thing you're talking about. Careful that you are not perpetuating the energy by being in this state of angst, because angst attracts angst. Anger attracts anger. Love attracts love. So when you see something, send it energy for transformation. Notice what is offensive to you. Ask the universe, ask your angels to assist you and to assist us, mankind, to recalibrate and balance this out. Because we have that power. You have more power than you've ever realized. That inside of you, there is a spark, an energy, a connection that it just automatically taps you into the energy of God. The big one, the G-O-D, the source God, the mother, father God, the divine supreme essence of the universe, whatever word floats your boat. But when you make that connection, you become invincible, undefeatable. You become someone that, regardless of what comes your way, whatever the obstacle may appear to be, you may pass through the obstacle. It doesn't make you unable to be impacted by things in the world. But you come out of it okay. Have you ever been driving and have one of those near misses on the road. If you're here in South Florida, it could be an everyday occurrence. I don't know, but you have one of those misses that you're like, oh, whoa, that was a close one. And then suddenly you scratch your head going, wow, I narrowly escaped that and I don't even know how. Because when you're connected, when you are in the center of your heart, when you're owning who you are and taking responsibility for your actions, the positive ones and the less than positive ones, and when you're trying to shift your consciousness and align more to the energy of love and hope and compassion and passion and connectivity to source and angels and guides, following the written word of something that inspires you, that connects you, when you choose that path, then the harm that may have befalled upon you cannot tap into you the way it may have had you not aligned yourself to source. And the minute you plug in, it's not like your radio or your cell phone that needs a charge or your computer. When you plug it in, nothing happens. You plug into a current, the current comes from the source and is transformed into the article that is being plugged into the wall, and suddenly it is illuminated, it is charged with energy. So I want you to imagine yourself as a receptacle that receives energy, something that needs charging or recharging. And I want you to, when you're feeling out of sorts, or the world around you is just so chaotic and out of sorts, I want you to plug yourself in. And I want you to draw forth the current and the energy that's divine and pure. Please don't just pull all your energy from plugging into the television and the radio and the negativity and the social media, because that is going to charge you with all the frequencies that you are witnessing before you. It is going to charge you with the energy of disease and malaise and virus and pandemics and things. It's going to charge you with the energy of the horrible experiences that people are having. It is going to charge you with the energy of poverty. It is going to charge you with the energy of violence. You're going to be filled with these energies. And then you leave your house and wonder why you're not in a good mood. Who could be? And again, I'm not saying stick your head in the sand and don't see what's coming. But I am saying when you watch it as the impersonal observer observing something unfold, and do not allow all of your emotions and your feelings to get hooked into every little thing that you see. Imagine you have your mask and every day you're looking at your face holding the energy of a virus. Is that the message that you want to transmit through your eyes to register to your brain? To create a frequency and a magnet to draw forth to you exactly what you're working so hard to avoid? You've got to look at this totally differently than they're presenting it to you right now. You've got to look at yourself as a receptacle of energy. And you choose. You put garbage in, garbage comes out. You put light and love in, light and love comes out. Now, I'm not saying if we think happy thoughts that everything will always be perfect, because we have certain things that we have to pass through. We have certain obstacles. We have certain tests, lessons, experiences that test our faith, that test our connectivity, that test our strength, that test our courage. And if you look at all the spiritual leaders that have gone before us, the spiritual gurus that have gone before us, and even the deities and the angels and the God that we pray to, anything that's been incarnated in the physical or has had experiences that have been documented, and I know it's mankind, so perhaps there's a little twist and turn in the story that we're missing. But they all had to pass through a series of trials and tribulations so that they could disassociate themselves from the worldly experiences, disassociate themselves from what was going on, and not lose themselves in the illusion of the garbage that was coming at them, and choose their power, their receptacle, and choose to tune up and light up with the source energy of God. And everyone listening to the show, everyone in the nation, everyone in the world has that power. And there's no law, there's no regulation, nothing can take that from you. Nothing can remove you from your source connection to God, nothing. Even those who've been tortured for their way they worship or who they worship or how they worship, no one could take what was in their heart. It is a connection that is divine. It is an unseen frequency that fuels you. And that's not a right or a liberty someone can take. Can they take away your right to congregate? They could. Could they take it? They did. Wait a minute. They could. They did. Can they take away your right to post what you think on social media? They kind of did that too. So there's a lot of things that could be taken away. But when you sit alone with Source, when you sit with your angels, when you talk to your loved ones who've passed before you, nobody can take that connection away from you. And that's what fuels you. But we're looking at all these outside sources to fuel us. We're looking at the energy of even food that has no nutritional value that we put in our bodies, little to none, really not much. And we're putting that in our body and trying to fuel ourselves and wonder why we don't feel well, or we're getting sick, or we're anemic, or we don't have enough energy to make it through the day, or we're not sleeping right. Because we're taking everything that has been calibrated by man and putting it in our bodies. And then we're taking the thoughts and the opinions and the stories that are being fed to us, and we're letting it be calibrated by man, and we're taking it in our minds. And our mind is a computer that's constantly throwing at us millions of images throughout the course of the day, whether you're actively thinking about it. Just like your iPhone or your Samsung Galaxy, you've got all of these apps of impressions, of experiences, and things that you've seen through your eye, even if it was just for a minute, passing through you, and that's lying underneath the surface and always pulling down on you, even though you're not actively thinking about what you saw in the news yesterday or the day before. And yes, I understand there's been some horrific things, and I've had many people, personal friends of mine, are like, oh my God, I'm out of my mind with what I'm seeing. And it's cause for concern. But how much power do you want to give it by using it as a cause for worry and fear and more creation of more? You have to process a little differently, because it's depleting everything that fuels you and keeps you on the path of the destiny that's really before you. You did choose to reincarnate in a time that's going to be a bit challenging. Yes, we see that. You did choose to be here on this planet and experience a shift of mankind. You did choose to be a part of an experience that is, well, reminiscent of the 1800s. Reminiscence of the early 1900s. You chose to be a part of certain times in life that we are now here again. A different way, a different version, but it's still the same underlying application, playing and pulling the same storyline with just different characters, different scenery. But it's all about conflict. Does that sound like a connection that's tapping into the divine source? Does that sound like you're fueling yourself with what will really make your life special, wonderful, and what will really allow you to bless others? You know, when I come here every Wednesday night, I ask the Spirit, what are we going to talk about? And they always say, yeah, wait till you sit down in front of the microphone and we'll talk to you. I'm like, well, can't I have a little heads up? They're like, no. Because there's a power that if you allow yourself to be the conduit of greatness, goodness, inspiration, love, and light, you too can relay information or experiences or an expression of who you are that can empower others. It's not just unique unto me. I have my way of doing it. But every one of you is here to make a difference in the world. So on this new moon, in this new month, in the new year, in crazy times, sit down and take a good look at who you really are and applaud the energy, the receptacle, the being that is you, that receives the divine energy of the divine source God. Because together, in the quiet of our own homes, in our own conversations with God, each one of us can make a difference. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, well, we've got questions on Facebook. I'm sure we've got quite the conversation going on now. And we've got people on the phone lines at 888-565-1470. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, right here on WWNN, 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. Stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. You know, we're going to be right back.
In the room before I walk through the door, do you know me? Have you heard?
Interested in state-of-the-art healing? Call Ray Crowley at 561-276-9643. Ray Crowley is a pioneer in the use of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, effectively treating cognitive disorders such as Alzheimer's disease, brain injuries, strokes, and showing great promise for treating COVID-19 without mechanical respirators. Ray Crowley has 40 years of experience in physical therapy, treating sports injuries, traumatic brain injury, and other neurological conditions with astonishing results. Visit OxygenRescueCareCentersOfAmerica.com or call Crowley Physical Therapy in Delray Beach at 561-276-9643 to schedule your appointment today.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Sarah Spiritual, and we are answering your questions all across the nation right here at 888-565-1470. And if you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube or Periscope, pop a question in the feed. We want to hear from you. We want to hear all your questions, and we're going to be going live answering the questions as well. But I've got some phone calls here that I've got to get to. So we've got to go to Ashley. Ashley is in Jacksonville. Ashley, how are you tonight?
I'm good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great, Ashley. And what is your question?
I just wanted to know what Spirit had to say and what advice Spirit had for me.
Well, Ashley, when I look at the energy around you now, it's about making yourself happy at work and career is really going to be important to you. because there's a shift coming for you financially. And I don't know if where you're working is going to give you a raise or increase, but I feel like you're ready for a change. You're ready to make more money. You're ready to get better recognized. And you're really kind of counting down the time until you're ready to make a shift when things are a little more conducive for a job change. Is that making any sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. I see a change coming for you in jobs. So be open to that. You have a specific question, Ashley. Ask your question before we go.
I mean, no, not really a specific question. Just kind of wanted to see what the new year had for me.
Okay. New Year has for you opportunities for growth financially and change financially, as well as promotion and advancement. There is something about love that is here before. I have written the word love on my sheet here, but that's something that needs to be explored a little more deeply, because I feel like there are some things that have to be put in play a little more strongly in the energy of relationship. Yes, there's someone that we are talking to or connected to right now, please?
Yes.
Okay. And I have the energy of love here, and this is something that needs time to tend to and grow. Do you have a birthday for that person?
3/17/78.
Okay. And they're going through some changes themselves right now. You're going to know more about the growth of this and next steps in this relationship when I take you to the month of April. So enjoy the experience during this time, and then by April, you're going to know if it's really something that's ready to move into a direction that is favorable for you, because I feel like you've got some good connections on your end with this person. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so we are looking for them to show us a little bit more from them. So something about April brings upon a change. I just feel like something keeps them from not quite being able to be connected in a way that just brings it all together. But you'll know more by April how that's going to play out. All right? Thank you so much,
Okay.
Ashley, for your question. Bye for
Thank
now.
you.
Bye. You're welcome. 888-565-1470. And we've got to go to Lake Worth. I've got Kaylee on the line. Kaylee, how are you tonight?
I'm good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to connect with you. And what is your question for us here on this 2021 as we talk to our angels and our guides tonight?
Well, I just like to know if Spirit has any specific messages for me as far as the next steps I need to take for a new career opportunity.
Yeah, you're reinventing yourself is the exact word they give me here. And they make me feel as if this year is all about stepping into your soul purpose, your soul meaning, and really self-exploration. And coming into the day, there's something that makes me feel like there's, and I don't know if this is necessarily conducive to what you want to do next, but there's a schooling or a test or a certification. There's something else that we have to do to kind of line us up for what we could do next. So there's further information, education that can come to you to move you out of what seems to have been a bit of a stagnation and a repetitive pattern of moving forward, and then getting caught dead stop. Moving forward, and dead stop. Does this make sense? This is kind of sum up what your career has been for you over the past
Yes.
6 years, right? So
Yes.
you're tired of being at the effect of someone else's business standings,
that's
right?
correct.
And also they're jumping through their hoops that didn't even make sense to you anyhow. You're like, why are we going through this hoop when if we just walk right through the door, we don't have to jump through a hoop? What's the matter with you people? So you've had a lot of difficulties. Who is the woman who's older, connected to you, stands in the position of, you have an aunt who's kind of going through something with her health right now, please? Who is that woman? Kaylee?
Hear me?
I can't hear you. What did you say?
Okay, it's my phone. I have an aunt that I'm close with, but it's not, I don't know if she's having any health problems.
Okay, you want to keep, I hear from the other side that there's a woman who's like an aunt who's in your energy, who's not, her health's got to be watched or something. Or something's going on with her health, or you're going to get word of something. So keep an eye on her, please. That would be really important for you, because she's overall healthy, but she's been healthy, but I feel like something needs to be looked into so it doesn't become problematic.
Okay.
Okay? So they
Okay.
just said that out of the blue, and I had to throw it at you. Schooling, some course, some certification, something that's a little bit more at your driven desire is what you're going to be doing, Kaylee. All right?
Okay.
All right. My spirit guide said get out of the office.
Yes, I'm out. I stopped working in July.
Okay. Well, Kaylee, there's some good positive changes coming for you. So redefine yourself and take a few courses or a certification to get yourself where you want to go. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Kaylee, for calling in. God bless you. Bye for now.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. 888-565-1470. Going to go to Facebook. We're going to pull some questions from Facebook and see what's going on. Let's see. Who do we have here? Lily Cross. Lily Cross. She was asking earlier in the feed, has my question been answered yet? Well, Lily Cross, it's your turn now. And Lily Cross, we do see love coming for you. This year is actually a really important year to close out old relationships, old connections, clearing out some old energies of other people so that towards the end of the year, you can be in the energy of love like a love partner. So Lily Cross, don't give up on love. Love has not given up on you. There is love coming for you. We're closing out a cycle of things that no longer serve you. And as I move you towards the end of the year, I feel like that's when love partnership is present and you are quite content with who you've got. Thanks so much, Lily Cross, for your Facebook question. We're going to take another question from Facebook. And we got Christian Johnson. Christian Johnson says, hey, Sarah, when will love come into my life? Well, everyone's getting ready for February. I can't wait to do our love show. That's going to be a real spectacular show. But Christian Johnson, I do see love coming for you. But when will it come into your life? You've got a little bit of a guard up, Christian, and we want to let someone in by really giving them a chance to show us who they are. And I feel like the hurts and the past of the past relationships have really played on you. And this energy of connections and community has been so important. But when I spin you back into the year of the 2015, that's how they present it to me. I kind of feel like whoever you were with at that time, whatever change happened in relationship, that kind of left a sour taste in your mouth. And you're actually still healing from that. But yes, Christian Johnson, love comes. And I actually feel like before your birthday, there is going to be connection and love. So love is right around the corner. We're in the middle of January, everyone. And before you know it, we're going to be in May. So thanks so much, Christian Johnson, for your Facebook question. Going to pull another question from Facebook. And we got Cindy Higgins. Hi, Cindy Higgins. Thanks so much for joining us. She's so stressed at work. And right now, she's just like, oh, is it the right job or is it just a panic attack? Well, it's a difficult job, and it's definitely out of your comfort zone, and really out of your comfort zone in the way of how they handle things. And some of the people are a little bit toxic, but you can process through it, and you can make it through this rough patch and really turn it into a job that will be beneficial. But please understand that the people and the protocol and procedures, well, those things, they're not going to change much. But how you allow it to impact you is going to make a big difference. So, Cindy Higgins, it's a little bit of both, but I say this to you. This is your year of empowerment. Step into your power and begin to allow yourself to calm down, process it differently. And if you're still feeling this off feeling, then by the time the month of April comes, then it's time to start looking and find yourself a different job. But I do think you can overcome these obstacles. You're just not the best fit for their drama. That's D-R-A-M-A with a capital D. Thanks so much, Cindy Higgins, for your Facebook question. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to answer the calls on the phone at 888-565-1470. We've got callers from all across the nation asking questions, how to navigate life, how to connect to our angels, and how can we feel more centered and find our true purpose. Well, stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. You know, we're going to be right back.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Interested in state-of-the-art healing? Call Ray Crowley at 561-276-9643. Ray Crowley is a pioneer in the use of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, effectively treating cognitive disorders such as Alzheimer's disease, brain injuries, strokes, and showing great promise for treating COVID-19 without mechanical respirators. Ray Crowley has 40 years of experience in physical therapy, treating sports injuries, traumatic brain injury, and other neurological conditions with astonishing results. Visit oxygenrescuecarecentersofamerica.com or call Crowley Physical Therapy in Delray Beach at 561-276-9643 to schedule your appointment today.
Center.com.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we're answering your questions all across the nation. We're talking about things that matter to you and how to handle certain circumstances that you may find yourself in, or just that feeling that you can't shake. And we're going to go to talk to our angels and our guides and really get some important messages throughout the show. But I've got to go to a caller right now, and that caller is in Connecticut. And I've got Amanda on the line. Amanda, how are you?
It's been one heck of a first few days into the new year, Sarah. It must be a full moon.
Well, we're on a new moon now, but we had a doozy of a full moon a couple of weeks ago. And the planets are all doing quite the little movement here. So, Miss Amanda, how can we assist you tonight?
I do want to say thank you to you. You said that I was going to fight that COVID virus about a month ago, and I did fight it with no having to go to the hospital or nothing.
Good,
so I fought it in time for Christmas. But I wanted to see what you see with my love life. It's been a bit rocky since the new year started.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a little bit of back and forth of disagreements. Yes, please?
Yes.
It's almost like I'm hearing this song, break up to make up, that's all we do. First you love me, then you hate me, it's a game for two. So I feel like you've got this energy of like, 1 minute we're on the same page, next minute you're like, I'm sorry, what's going on here?
Yeah, like it's like sunny out one day, and then it's like, oh boy, a storm came through, and then the rainbows come out, everything's good. You know how I'm trying to explain it?
Yeah, I understand exactly, and that's what I see. You guys are dancing in and out. I feel like your partner's going through a lot of changes, though. What is their birthday, please?
12/14/87.
And I don't feel like they're happy with where they are on their personal journey of their own life for their career and what they're trying to create for themselves. Does this make sense? They seem a little frustrated by life, and they've got to get things in order and balance for themselves.
Yes, he's been in limbo with his job for the past week.
Yeah.
He went back to work last Monday morning, and they told him he needed test results, whatever, so he figured he'd go get his, proof that he was negative when I had COVID.
Right.
And then they kind of said, oh, we're doing evaluation. I think that's added to the stress.
It has.
And that's because he doesn't know what's going on. Is he fired? Is he hired? He's getting nowhere. And
yeah.
he doesn't know where to turn. And he's doing his regular side business in the meantime.
And in the meantime, but see what I'm saying? I said he's not happy with where his career and his work is going. And here we are. You're telling me the identical story right back. So thank you for the confirmation. There is an energy with him of dissatisfaction. So what this is doing is creating a rift between the two of you. And you've got to let him work it out. And I feel like they're using this as an excuse, this being your COVID result tests and everything that's going on. I feel like they're using that information as something as a reason to kind of keep him away so that they have one less person on. So they're giving someone else some of his hours or some of his work, if that makes sense to you. And
I kind of had that feeling leading up to him going back to work that they might treat him a little differently, knowing that, his girlfriend had COVID and, they'd be iffy about him coming back, prior to that.
Yeah. But it's all right. I feel like he can work through this. It's just they want to make sure there's enough time, he gets his results, and everything will be fine. All right?
Okay.
So as far as the relationship's concerned, communication and patience with each other is going to be key.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you see what's going on? I know his daughter and me had a bad week last week. Is that adding to the stress too, or what do you see with that part of the puzzle?
Quite the puzzle it is, my dear. You should be a daytime soap opera right about now. His daughter is at this age where she seems very temperamental, and so it's difficult to connect with her on a good day. So I'm going to tell you, Amanda, it's not helping right now. But I actually feel like the stress of how you guys are going to move forward in relationship financially is really a bigger source of his soreness. And, there's a strong connection between the two of you, but you just got to let him be right now.
Okay.
Sometimes you're a little too much white on rice, honey. Okay? Let him be.
Okay.
All right. All right, Amanda, thank you so much for your call and your questions.
Okay, every time I call, I've been wanting to connect with my loved ones on the other side. That's also been on my mind.
Okay. Well, I can't just pull them out of the air, thin air, honey. So you've got to ask the question in the beginning of the call, and that needs to be the focus of your question. And you need to allow us that connection. But we answered 2 questions for you, and I thank you so much for calling. Bye for now. Bye.
Okay, thank you,
You're
Sarah.
welcome. Bye.
Stay safe.
You're welcome. 888-565-1470. And we've got Angie in Naples. Angie, how you doing?
How are you, Sarah?
I'm doing great, Angie. Good to make a connection with you. And what is your question for me? As I look at the energy around you, I really feel like you're gearing up to make some positive financial changes because that's really going to be important to you in 2021. How am I financially situated? Is this true?
True.
Yes. What is your question for me?
I wanted to see if I could connect with my loved ones on the other side.
Okay. And we'll see who we get to come through for us, Angie. But in the meantime, you and I are going to just continue to talk about things going on here, and I'll see who steps up for us before they wave us off to commercial.
Okay.
Angie, let's talk about work here right now. We're getting ready to make a change and a shift, please.
Yeah.
Angie? Yes, because I feel like it's time for change, right? And you know what? They make me aware of you're not sleeping right at night. Is this also true, please? You're waking up in the middle of the night. And why do I feel the feeling that there's a birthday anniversary of someone who passed that has just come up or is about to come up? Whose birthday anniversary who has just passed? Whose birthday anniversary of when they passed or their birthday has just come up in time or is about to come up? Who is that person, please?
That would be my dad, February 10th.
Okay. So here I have on my paper, I was writing man, and I have man and father. So they tell me it's the man-father energy. Everything's kind of scribbled in the spirit world here. But we have man energy. He steps forward. He lets me know that there's birthday anniversary coming up for him in this energy time, and he wants you to know he's with you. But he also makes me feel like you've been talking to him and thinking about him, Angie, for quite a bit of time recently. Yes, please?
Yes.
And interesting. So something that happens at the holidays at the table he used to be a big part of, please? Your father seems to have been a big part of something at the holidays, because he's making me feel like that's when you really notice his absence is at the holidays because of the job, the role he took on during the holidays. Like almost like he was the reason people were coming to the house. It's like he's kind of cool, your dad. But he makes me feel like he was a part of the holidays for you, and that was very important gathering for the family. Yes, but it's something that he did specifically, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
He
would
also
come down every Christmas.
Yes. He's also motioning to me about a woman, but the woman is here on Earth. Who's the woman that you're looking after or keeping an eye on, please, here on Earth? Who is that woman connected to Dad and you, please?
That might be my mom, possibly.
Okay, and there's a sister too, please? Who's the other female, please?
Sister.
Your sister. Is your sister not in the best place? She's going through some difficult times or something like that? Are you trying to keep an eye on her, please? This makes sense to you?
I don't think my sister's going through anything difficult, but yeah, my sister's keeping a really big eye on my mom.
Okay, because he's talking to me about sister. I don't know, maybe you need to keep an eye on the sister and the mom, okay? Because he's got his eye on your sister as well as your mom, please. But he's making me aware of the sister. What is this? Okay.
Okay.
And Angie, there's something that normally you would go do in a different state for him, please? There's something he lived in a different state, please, Angie?
Yeah, he lived in Georgia.
Okay. And there's something that he has up there still in Georgia, or there's something you would do at a different state for him?
We just always love going to the mountains and visiting them and stuff like that.
And was there talk, this is how he makes me feel, so because they're getting ready to wave me off, so I'm trying to close it up. But was there talk about going there and honoring him or going to things that connected you to him? Was there talk of the family, please? Yes, thank you. So
I talked to my brothers about doing like a yearly trip up there.
Yes. So he's making me feel like you guys need to go back to where he comes from or back from where he was when you used to see him, because that would mean a lot to him. All right? It's almost like honoring him. Your dad really does like attention, let me tell you. Okay. But please know that he is with you. Keep an eye on your sister. Keep an eye on your mom. Forever grateful. I know your brother's energy is very strong as well, but he's really got his eye on two women, mother energy and your sister. Okay? So he's looking after you all. Okay? Thank you so much, Angie. Yes.
Can you tell me, is he the one that set off the fire alarm around Christmas time?
Yeah, that would be a yes. That would be a yes. And the reason why I say that is, to him, he needed to have his presence known because he would normally be at that table in charge.
Okay.
All right. You are very connected to him. Try to get a little more rest, though, Angie. Please, still your mind.
Okay.
All right, Angie. Is this your first time calling, or have you called before?
No, I've called before.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling. Everyone's names and energy. It's hard to hold the energy, but thank you so much for following the show and calling. Greatly appreciate you, and I'm so happy we're able to make a connection with your dad. All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
Bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going back to the phone lines, and we're going to go back to Facebook and to YouTube. So please put your questions there, and be sure to share the page on Facebook, and follow me, Sarah Spiritual, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Just type in Sarah Spiritual, It'll all come up. I look forward to seeing you on social media. Stay with us, everyone. Don't go away because we've got a whole nother hour together, and we're going to be right back.
Down upon me, and there's a light, the bright.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Phone lines are open at 1-888-565-1470. That's 1-888-565-1470.
state-of-the-art healing? Call Ray Crowley at 561-276-9643. Ray Crowley is a pioneer in the use of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, effectively treating cognitive disorders such as Alzheimer's disease, brain injuries, strokes, and showing great promise for treating COVID-19 without mechanical respirators. Ray Crowley has 40 years of experience in physical therapy, treating sports injuries, traumatic brain injury, and other neurological conditions with astonishing results. Visit OxygenRescueCareCentersOfAmerica.com or call Crowley Physical Therapy in Delray Beach at 561-276-9643 to schedule your appointment today.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome back to the second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next hour, call in and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light.
Yes, indeed, there's a light right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. We're answering your questions all across the nation, and we're happy to have you join us here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. This is our 569th live show. I always like to take a look and see how many shows have we done, live shows, and we've been doing this since 2009. And we are so happy to be a part of this experience with all of you. And we're looking forward to what 2021 has for all of our connections. I do hope you visit me at sarahspiritual.com. You can learn more about the work that I do, the connections that I have, and all the products that I make. And we have a physical center in West Palm Beach where you can look and find some crystals, some incense, some spiritual books, some jewelry. We have mists and sprays and candles. We've got a lot of cool things. So I do hope you visit us at the Okeechobee Center. It's at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard at Expedito Enlightenment Center. And we are very connected to all of the angels and the guides there. And you can actually feel the energy. Learn more about us at sarahspiritual.com. We're going to go back to the phone lines. And we've got phone line and questions on Facebook adding up here. So we're going to see how many calls we can get to tonight. We're going to go to Eileen, I should say, and Eileen is in Illinois. Eileen, how are you?
Hello, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to make a connection with you.
Good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You know, they talked to me about this new beginning, this whitewashing of the walls, this fresh new beginning for you. Almost like you're getting ready to kind of expand some things for yourself. It's kind of like an important year for you. Does this make any sense to you?
Yes.
And I also feel like you've had a lot of support from family and friends in this past year, and almost as if 2020, besides the pandemic, because like that wasn't enough, you were going through your own series of changes, metamorphosis, so to speak, yes? And some of it was a little uncomfortable. Does this make sense to you, Eileen?
Yes, it does.
And I also see around you idea of, I don't know if it's a move or just reorganizing the house. Which one is it? I'm not sure.
Hopefully a move.
Okay. So I see movement, but, I don't know that you quite set your foot on that path and you've made up all your decisions yet. But I feel like, not that there isn't anybody there for you, but there's a better way of being for you that's coming if you can just let go of what you've become used to. But then again, if you're in Illinois, I don't know that you got used to the cold, so you might want to give that up.
Right.
What is your question for me tonight?
My question is about some financial matters I have going on.
Okay.
How they will turn out.
Okay. And they involve legalities, please? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And I feel as if somebody's not playing fair or holding back on something. Does this make sense to you, please?
Yes.
I see a paper, and I see the paper being put underneath something, so it's like we're not going to talk about that. We're going to just make this is all there is, or this is all that's going on. And I feel like that it's a shell game. There's something else that they're not talking about and including, and that's the justice that you want to see. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Who's the... Okay. I'm trying to process this person that stands before me. You have a watch that belongs to a father energy, please? Whose watch do you have?
I do.
Yes. Who is that?
My dad.
Your dad. Okay. Because I was talking about papers and money, and all of a sudden this man's showing me a watch, and it's just like, she's got my watch. I'm like, okay, I will be sure to verify that with her. Thank you so much. So he's very much around you. I just want to make you aware of that your dad is supporting you in this transition, in this time of difficulty.
Yes.
Your mouth...
miss him
you miss
dearly.
him. Yeah. There's a mouthpiece that represents you. This is true, yes? In this legal matter, please? Who's assisting you with this?
A mouthpiece.
Who's your lawyer or who's representing you, please?
Yes, there are a group.
A group, okay. They're not saying all the right things.
To me or?
To represent you. Go over what you want them to say. Make sure that we are all on the same page. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell anybody what to do. But I am telling you this, that you need to emphasize, they gave me the exclamation point, the importance of the matters that need to be settled so it is fairly allocated and you get your truth and your financial justice in this. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Because on the other side, there's a liar. And you want to make sure that what's fair is fair for you. Please understand that.
Okay. But not on my side.
Not on your side.
Okay.
But I feel like the mouthpiece,
I knew that.
The mouthpieces that represent you, I don't know, I feel like they could have a different approach. And sometimes I've been known to tell people, tell your lawyer to say this, even though I'm not a lawyer. And they say that and everything changes. So I really want you to emphasize what's important for this outcome for you. Okay? This looks like it's still a ways off from being settled.
Okay.
I feel like we're supposed to have a meeting or a day in court or a Zoom call. I don't know what's going on anymore, but I feel like that's something that's supposed to come up.
It is.
Okay, and when that happens, we're going to see where we're going to go from there.
Right.
And do we have this coming up in the month of February, please?
Yes, early February.
Okay. I want you to remember that Mercury is retrograde.
Ugh.
Well, see, you know what that means then, right? Okay, but that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So anyway, if it gets postponed for a few weeks, you go thank you to the universe. But if you have to show up and everything has to go, just make sure everything's crossed, the T's, the I's, everything. Because it's also a good time to let things go and resolve and settle things. You just need to make sure the communication is on track for you.
Okay.
So your dad
you feel
I feel that it's supposed to work favorably, and your dad is standing here assisting you and giving you that support. Okay.
I lost him suddenly in a car accident, and we never got to say goodbye.
Well,
And I'm the only one out of 8 kids who looks like him.
And who has his watch?
I have his watch, and I also have his blue eyes.
Yeah. But interestingly enough, out of all the other children, you're the one who has his watch, and that's what he gives me to connect
I
to.
do.
Yeah. So usually that goes to, I don't know, I feel like usually that goes to somebody else, but for whatever bizarre reason, you got his watch. He wanted you to have that watch, and you've got it, and he knows it, and that's how he connects to us, so you know that he's with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Eileen, it's going to be a little bumpy road, but you're going to pass through this and just cross your T's and dot your I's. All right?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye for now.
God bless.
Happy New Year. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
888-565-1470. And from Chicago, Illinois, we're going to Milwaukee, and I've got Anna on the line. Anna, how are you tonight?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great, Anna. Is this our first time connecting?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, thank you for reconnecting with us, Anna. And what is your question for us?
Honestly, I have 2 questions. I want to connect with my ancestors on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a question about what's coming in the near future with my finances and career.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to let me jump in here a second, because I got people talking to me, and I'm a scribbling here. When I'm a scribbling on my page, it means we got a lot of stuff. So first of all,
Gotcha.
I want you to imagine, Anna, that you are in a pyramid, but not a pyramid scheme, a pyramid. And as you sit in your pyramid, you've got your grounding going on, your career and your personal life, and above your head is this beautiful light, and this is the light of Source God energy, and that is the point. You must look up. Anna, you've been looking down, trying to figure things out in the world. You've been caught up in the dirt and the ground of the world, and you need to look up, and you need to speak into existence what you desire. You've forgotten who you are. You've forgotten how creative you are. You've gotten in your own head. You've become your own saboteur. So you've got yourself kind of chasing your tail in a circle. Highly intelligent, and you are ready to make a shift and a change, but you're not sure where to go yet because you want to make the right next move for yourself. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
And I also see here around you, they're giving me a piece of paper, which makes me feel like there's a resume or something that we're looking into submitting. Yes, please. Are we looking for a new role, please?
Yeah.
Okay. I see this role, and this makes me feel like it's time for you to move up. And I actually feel like where you are may not offer you all the growth that you want, but it's serving a purpose. I also move into the energy, Anna, that there's quite a lot of people around you, Anna, in the spiritual realm here, and they also bring forth the angels. I have Archangel Michael around you. Archangel Michael is your angel of protection. He's not your guardian angel, but he is the angel of protection, but he is particularly looking out after you. And they also make me aware of this beautiful energy of the fairy energy, almost as if there's this fairy who loves to be by the lakes and by the energy of the water, and has this very light-hearted energy. Does this make any sense to you, please? Is there a...
Yes.
I don't know.
Sounds like my son.
Did we grow up during the at a lake house or go to the lake all the time, please? Because I feel like this fairy brings me the connection of a rowboat, a canoe, lake, water, sitting there. Does this make any sense?
Yes. Last year, I spent a lot of time by the lake.
Okay. And you built a strong connection, so you know, with Mother Earth, with the fairy realm energy, and of course the connection of everyone that is on the other side with you, because you felt a great sense of peace get washed over you. Is this correct, please? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right, moving right along. There is stand over here, please. All right, so I'm being given a blanket that is something that got handed down to the generations. Do we have the great-grandmother's blanket, please?
I don't.
Okay. but Grandma used to make a blanket, please, because this is a blanket that was made by your great grandma. And I do have to place it on the mom's side of the family so I can be specific for you.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I've never known my great grandmother, but that would be definitely something I'll look into with my grandmother.
Okay, look in with your grandma because I kind of feel like there's a blanket, something that was made in the family, and maybe grandma has it still. But I see it because it's great grandma. I know grandma's still here, but I see great grandmother energy on mom's side of the family with you. So she's the first one that steps forward here around you.
She always does. She's the medicine woman.
Okay, beautiful. She is with you, and I just want you to know that she's guiding you every step of the way. You also, Anna, have a connection with a path that is not traditional, and you are working your way out of the traditional world into something that's a little bit more connected, connected to making a difference in the world. That's how they phrase it to me. And I look at this energy, and I want you to know there's a song that's playing in my head here, so just bear with me a minute. Okay.
Is this the task that will heal my bloodline?
There's a lot of division in your family from the generations. Mm-hmm. Almost reads like the Hatfields and McCoy. Like there, and I actually feel like there's some property that got misappropriated, or someone took some property that was part of the family. I don't know if you know that drama story, but you're going to want to check into that one too. Does this make any sense to you, Anna?
The bloodline, the family.
Okay.
I don't know much about my family, but yes, we are not connected how we should be. Mm-hmm. And I've been working to change it.
You can only hold the vision of it because you can't change the people who refuse to let go of the grudges.
Right. Okay.
Very important, though. So I gotta draw you to the energy of. Is there a connection with the Native American Indians in your family, please, Anna?
Yes, my grandmother. She says that my great-grandmother
there you go.
is full-blown Indian.
Okay, because I see Native American Indian like you have a tribe. Because you said I wanted to connect to my ancestors, and I see a tribe. And the headdress is yellow and white. This is what I see.
Oh, my God.
Does this make sense to you?
Can you tell me who they are?
I just see the yellow and white headdresses. I see 3 men and a woman.
3 men and a woman.
Mm-hmm. Connected to family in the tribal family of your heritage. So they would be great beings, okay?
Wow.
And so you are meant to make a difference and shift and change using this energy and tying into the energy of Mother Earth.
God, I mean, Sarah, like, okay, I read. I do card readings, all of that. I cannot for the life of me figure out what this task is that is going to heal my bloodline.
Okay.
It's my destiny. I just can't figure out what they want me to do. And then you just come out with the tribe.
But it also is paid. It is paid to the energy of the female lineage here. So there were difficulties in the family and the female lineage. And you have your own fragmentations. And if I could suggest a soul integration experience with me where we talk to your little girl who's holding the fragmented memories of when you didn't feel safe and you didn't feel worthy, this would be most important for you, Anna, okay?
Okay.
So check that out on my website. And Anna, I do give you this. I give you a shell, I give you a feather, and I give you a cigar. And with these 3 things, you can begin to clear the energy of the energetic strands by going back in time and seeing yourself there bringing people together, visualizing the tribal family coming together and literally breaking bread. But there were atrocities that were done to the tribe in those days. These are stories that will be handed down through the generations. It would be very interested. And some of your family tribal stories will be in history books. This is how they show it to me. Okay.
So this is really deep.
This is really deep, yes.
I'm healing generations of trauma that I don't even know about.
Exactly.
And also healing my own trauma.
Exactly. But I can start with you first, because if you are healed, it'll be easier for you to go back in time and mend them. Otherwise, it'll get hooked in all of the disconnects that occurred as a young girl, of which there were many for you.
Okay. So, Sarah, I'm going to reach out to you so that we can set up a session.
Yes.
And that's what I needed. I needed to know, what am I doing? Like, they're calling upon me and they're telling me I need to do something. It's time. I just didn't know what to do. So,
if you wanna be someone, if you wanna go somewhere, you better stand up and pay attention. Pay attention.
Okay. Look up and not down.
Up and not down.
White and yellow headdresses.
Yes. All right, my dear. Thank you so much. God bless you. I look forward to connecting with you in the future.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Bye
you,
for
Sarah.
now. You're welcome. Bye. 888-565-1470. I got to go to Facebook. We got some questions on Facebook, and YouTube. Let's see who we got on Facebook. Lord knows where we're going to go now. We just went up into the Indian tribes. We're lucky I didn't have like a bunch of drums going on in here. What do we got going on here? Tawanna Middleton. Hey, Tawanna Middleton. Happy New Year. Good to see you. Do I have anything special for you? Well, we got quite a bit special for you, Tawanna Middleton, because this is the year where you really recognize your own energy as to what you're going to do in this world. You are meant to be an influencer. You are meant to help others, almost like take people in. I see there's a strong synergy with connecting to those who have less, and you want to make sure they're okay. I'm going to say the homeless, other women and children who do not have enough. So I feel like you are getting ready to make a major breakthrough so that you, as you empower yourself, are going to be able to move yourself forward to assist others in the way of making those who do not have begin to have a better environment so that they can create their own personal destiny. And Tawanna Middleton, there's something about love around you. So, girl, if they want you, they better put a ring on it, honey. So thanks so much, Tawanna Middleton, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have here for us on Facebook? We got Mimi Todd. She says, hopefully, I get my question answered. She said she asked earlier, so glad to get your question. And thank you, everyone, for repeating your question, because as the feed goes on, it's always good for you to repeat the question at least once so that we can pull from the questions that are here. Will I get a true commitment, as if there's anything other than a true commitment, from the man I am currently involved with? Do we have a date of birth? Okay. Got it. Okay, so first of all, it's hard for him to get committed, this man. This man has a difficult time saying, I do, but I'm not telling you he's going to say I don't either. I just feel as if he's going through this major transformation within himself, and as I look at this energy, this is about him getting in the rhythm of his life. I feel like he's doing a lot to get himself further in his job and his work, and he's been stuck for a little bit of time. So as we move him forward, I will tell you this. He will have an opportunity to connect with you and get a true commitment if you allow him a little bit more time to get these things together. But if you push, he's the kind of guy who will shut down and turn cold, and it's going to be a little difficult to get him to turn back on. It's going to be a bit of a time for him, so patience is going to be the virtue here. He is someone who is very opposed to really committing until he knows everything's in order. You got to give him time for that. But if you find him in the closet making circles and not coming out of the closet ready for action, you might want to look somewhere else, my dear. Thanks so much for your Facebook question. Who else do we have here on Facebook? Valbona Kaluka, something like that. I don't know. Valbona. Okay, Valbona, good to connect with you. And she wants a birthday message. So the first thing that I see here for you is that this energy is a time of community and connections. And I feel as if there's a strong, heartfelt relationship that is brewing around you. There's some love in the air around you. So, Valbona, I want you to just open your heart and allow things to open up. I see a great connection to family and community this year and social interactions. I realize it's a little difficult to be socially connected, but for now, just keep your heart open, and there's going to be a good transformation of self-love and connection of love with others. And I feel something connected personally in the Love Heart Center. So thanks so much for your Facebook question. We're going to take another from Facebook, and we've got Candace Ann Rowe, and she says, I'm a single mom, and she wouldn't change in the world, but it's been tough climbing the career ladder, being a chef. Will she be an executive chef is the question. And you know, Candace Ann Rowe, you are going to get yourself there, and it is a difficult arena, a restaurant arena, to break through being a female chef, but I do know that you have the capability of doing it, and as a single mom, I know the hours and the commitment can be a bit draining, but keeping on. I do feel like this is going to be a powerful shifting year for you, particularly after the 7th month of the year, which takes us to July, and from that point on, I feel there's positive change. Keep your eyes open for opportunities and don't limit yourself to exactly where you are now. Thanks so much, Candace Ann Rowe, for your Facebook question. We're going to go right back to the phone lines, and I've got Sabrina, and she is in Margate, Florida. Sabrina, how are you tonight?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing great. Happy New Year, Sabrina. Good to connect with you. How can I assist you tonight?
The new year has started off rough, obviously, for everybody, but this time around, concerning family, my parents, basically, just having a tough time communicating. Not sure why.
You know, it's interesting. Your family's kind of set in their ways, and yeah, I know. They're your family, honey. You wrote the book. Okay, so listen. I got to tell you that as family is for you, they also don't always agree with all the choices that you make. And so they don't want to hear what you have to say about what they need to do, and you don't want to hear what they have to say about what they think you should do. So we're kind of at a bit of a standoff right now. And, you know, the world is kind of disenchanting and disheartening to your parents. They read kind of in the box, old school, kind of stuck on their ways. Yes, please?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And when I see that energy around them, the first thing that my spirit guides tell me is that the world is changing and they don't want to change. And so they want everyone to adhere to what works for them. And now it's difficult to do what works for them. So they're at a loss. And I also feel, particularly in the female energy, your mom tends to worry. And it's her way or the highway, but she worries about things behind the scenes. And this is why she feels the need to control things. And when I look at that energy, the first thing they tell me is that your parents are also being faced with, particularly the female energy, the mom, with her own mortality. She's kind of seeing these things and going, what's going on here? And so it's kind of scaring her a bit, because this is not how she imagined the second half of her life to be. So, Sabrina, patience is a virtue, and giving them their space, and you can't change them and they can't change you. The sooner you both get along with that, the better off it's going to be. I also feel that this is meant to be a financial year for you, that you seek growth, and there may be a shift or a change from the current place that you work. You may find a new opportunity or a side hustle that gives you additional revenue. So I want you to keep your options open as we navigate the first few months of this 2021. Are you considering options and opportunities at this time, Sabrina?
Yes, I was offered opportunities, yes.
Okay, so keep them open, because I see them around you, and over the next few months, you will make the choice that works best for you. Thank you so much for calling us, Sabrina. I'm glad to make this connection with you, and Happy New Year. Bye for now.
Happy New Year, Sarah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go right back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470, and we're going to go to Facebook and YouTube. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here live on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. Hey, don't go anywhere, because you know we're going to be right back.
I know you, have we met before?
Interested in state-of-the-art healing? Call Ray Crowley at 561-276-9643. Ray Crowley is a pioneer in the use of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, effectively treating cognitive disorders such as Alzheimer's disease, brain injuries, strokes, and showing great promise for treating COVID-19 without mechanical respirators. Ray Crowley has 40 years of experience in physical therapy, treating sports injuries, traumatic brain injury, and other neurological conditions with astonishing results. Visit OxygenRescueCareCentersOfAmerica.com or call Crowley Physical Therapy in Delray Beach at 561-276-9643 to schedule your appointment today.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
On WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and 96.9. And we're answering your questions all across the nation. And I've got to go back to the phone lines. And I've got to go to Janet. She's in Connecticut. Janet, how are you tonight? Hi, Janet.
Are you there?
I'm here. Are you there?
Yeah. I was wondering what's going to happen with relationships and finances this year.
So, Janet, the first thing that they make me aware of is that this is a year for you to get out of the box. And I feel like you've been very, very specific, very dedicated to getting things organized and doing things a certain way. And now you're going to have to kind of color outside the lines is what they're telling me. So, Janet, this is a year where finances they seem kind of slow, that they've been slow for the past couple of years. Does this make sense to you, please?
Yes, it does.
And they're telling me that you're trying to think of ways to generate more revenue with what you have. Does this also make sense, yes?
Yes, it does.
And so when they say color outside the lines, you're going to have to get creative. What is it that Janet can do that can help support Janet to make things easier for you and give you some sense of, I'm going to use the word value and purpose. And I know you have value, but I feel like to you, actions and then the action that's the reaction to your action is how you measure. You've kind of measured your life in a very methodical kind of way. Does that make sense to you, Janet?
Yeah.
Okay. So as I look at this energy, we're going to have to color outside the lines. We're going to have to think of something like, I don't know, not totally cray, Janet, but you got to get a little more adventurous in how we move forward. I feel like some of the tasks that you have done for work in JOB have just been kind of a little, rigid or mundane and just not really exciting. So this year is important for you to journal what would really make you feel excited about doing something extra and different, something you've never done before, so you can explore new possibilities. As far as finances are concerned, I actually see that this year, unlike the past 2 years, is supposed to generate some more money. Makes me feel like you go out and do something different than what you've done before. We are not really working or something right now, Janet?
No, that's true.
Okay, you're not working, right?
Right.
Yeah. And I feel like there's an opportunity that will come for you so that you can do some work. My spirit guides tell me it's limited, like you can't or you won't really work too much. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. But there's still an opportunity to generate some money, and this will be an added bonus for you. What's that? Okay. And love has been like kind of bland, right? Like stuck, stagnant for a while. Yes? Does this make sense to you?
Right.
And when I spin you back, I've got to go back to 2000, oh good Lord, 2007 and 8. Who were we with then, please, Janet?
2000 what?
7 and 8.
Okay.
Who were you with?
Right.
Your relationship then, please?
Yes.
Okay. And that relationship kind of faded out, yes, please?
Yeah.
Okay. You haven't really been the same since this time period, yes? There really hasn't been anything significant since this relationship period, yes?
Not really.
Okay. Not really anything worth saying, noteworthy, yes?
No, I was involved with somebody. They keep coming back, but I just don't know what to do with it.
Okay. You're attracting people who are emotionally unavailable for you. If they leave and they come back, what does that tell you? They're not showing up, right? What is their birthday?
In February.
Value yourself. There's someone different and better coming for you. If you allow this person to keep coming back, they're going to be the distraction. If you keep your boundary is the word I want to use. I don't want to use the word guard because you are guarded naturally, but if you keep your boundary up with this person, you will attract someone who's a little less manipulative because they seem kind of manipulative. I feel like they keep you off balance and you're not being your full potential self. And they make you, for some reason, feel like you think you need them, but you know in your heart you don't really need them. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm very independent, I guess you could say.
Yes, but I feel like they try to make you think like you need them. You don't need them. And I feel like there's a primary partner that can come for you. And when I add up the way it goes, when I spin into the years, as I stand here in this energy, next year is a really good connection year for relationships. Next year is a connection year for relationships. So when you ask about love, I don't know that love officially shows up this year, but next year there is a real connection with love. So keep your eyes open, but careful not to fill the spot with someone who's not really going to honor you at the end of the day. All right, Janet, is this your first time calling the show?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, how did you hear about the show?
From a relative. I also wanted to know, too, I have a situation with a sister. I was wondering what was going to happen with that.
Your sister's not well at this time, please?
Not really.
Yeah. What's the sister's birthday?
Lori.
And her birthday?
October 1st.
What year?
71, I think.
Why do I feel like there's people fighting over her or something, and everyone can't agree on something?
Well, she was living with my mom, and my mom is older, and so she's staying with me now, and nobody knows exactly, I'm trying to get her own place now, so I don't know what's going to happen with that.
Yeah. She'll get there. She's just not ready for that yet, and when I see this energy, this is her year to get a really good job and get her finances in order. So the fact that she has a safe haven with you, Janet, for right this moment will probably set her straight in a better way than living with your mom. And because I feel like everybody's got an opinion on what Lori should be doing, but Lori has to find her way. But this is the year that she really, if she invests the time, she can invest in career and get herself back on her feet.
All right.
So look to see her a little more solid. I know might be a little longer than you were thinking she was staying, but May seems to be the time where things really start to transform for Lori. Thanks so much, Janet. I greatly appreciate your calling. Bye for
All
now.
right, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. 888-565-1470. And I'm going to go to a caller in Florida. I've got Oscar on the line. Oscar, how are you?
Great.
Good, Oscar. And how can I assist you tonight?
I was just trying to reach the other side and just see what's going on with like the future.
Well, for you, one of the most important aspects of life is kind of getting the rhythm of your business. Is this true, please?
Yes.
And they also tell me that you have some creativity energy around you as well. You like to be creative, Oscar. Is that also true?
Yes.
And we like to network with different people, yes?
Yes.
And I also see a lot of rhythm, music, and beats around you. What does that have to do with you?
Yes, I do music. I'm an artist.
Okay, so I see the music, I see the rhythm, and I feel like you're going to make a lot of headway this year. I feel like a connection, and I see a collaboration with someone that gets you some notoriety. Do you do some work or some beats for other people as well, please?
Well, I do work with other artists.
Okay.
At times, yeah.
So I see someone who is noteworthy, so to speak, someone who's got a big following, connecting with you, and I feel like that collaboration kind of kicks you up a notch, yes? And I know that the industry has not been what it used to be for this moment, but I do feel that you're building a lot of momentum in your presence and connection with others, and I will say your presence on social media as well. Is that also true, yes?
Yes.
And I also see here that there's going to be a big transformation of creativity and empowerment for you after your birthday. So this is when I feel like things really start to come together. I feel like there's been some new work, new creative artistry, new writing that you've done recently. Does this also make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, and you're also drawing from some of your emotions that have been of recent happenings here, because I also feel as if you've gone through some loss as well. Is this also true?
Yes.
We lost a friend not too long ago, please?
I lost my job.
Okay, besides that, I see someone connected to you. I see loss around you, but the loss I'm talking about is I feel like there's a friend who's connected to you, who has passed, who's around you, who was connected to the industry. Does this make sense to you, please?
Yes.
Okay, he's with you, supporting you and helping you. I have to bring him forward to you because I feel like there's a flavor of him and the way he liked to express himself that you can tune into for your writing and your music. Does this make any sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. He's very much with you, Oscar. This is meant to be a year of empowerment and a year of transformation for your business, your creativity, and for you to believe in yourself and love yourself. Put yourself first without being selfish. You can still honor self, and you're going to make a lot of progress this year. 2021 is going to be a positive year for you, Oscar. Oscar, how did you hear about the show?
From a friend.
Okay. Well, I want you to thank your friend for me, and I trust I've been of service. They're waving me off to go to commercial, so I do have to pop off. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Call again. Bye for now. Bye. 888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, Lord knows where we're going to go, but we're going to answer your questions right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, 96.9. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual. Stay with us. We're going to be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know?
Interested in state-of-the-art healing? Call Ray Crowley at 561-276-9643. Ray Crowley is a pioneer in the use of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, effectively treating cognitive disorders such as Alzheimer's disease, brain injuries, strokes, and showing great promise for treating COVID-19 without mechanical respirators. Ray Crowley has 40 years of experience in physical therapy, treating sports injuries, traumatic brain injury, and other neurological conditions with astonishing results. Visit OxygenRescueCareCentersOfAmerica.com or call Crowley Physical Therapy in Delray Beach at 561-276-9643 to schedule your appointment today.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can also visit www.sarahspiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or sarahspiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
WWNN. I am Sarah Spiritual, and we are answering your questions all across the nation. And I've got to go take a call from Trevor. Trevor is in Fort Lauderdale. Trevor, how you doing? Hey, Trevor.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Trevor. Good to have you here.
Hi, how are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Trevor. Is this your first time calling the show?
No.
Okay.
I've called before.
All right. Great to have you back. I don't hold on to people's names and stories, so I just keep it all fresh all the time. So, Trevor, thank you so much for remembering us and coming back to ask a question. What is your question for us, Trevor?
My question is about the angel number 333.
Okay. So the angel number 333, if you're seeing repetitive messages of 333, you're being connected to the higher energies, the higher realm of the Ascended Master Teachers. This would be Ascended Master Saint Germain, Ascended Master Jesus, Ascended Master Buddha, Ascended Master Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Serapis Bey, Paul the Venetian. You're being connected to all of the highest beings that have walked this earth in the highest embodiment on the other side. And they are guiding you and letting you know that you are on track and on a path that is going to take you down your path of enlightenment, but also take you down your path of experiences of financial wellness and creativity. They tell me that you're looking to rebuild some of your finances. Does that make sense to you, Trevor?
Okay.
And that you're being supported by the ascended beings. That's what the angel number 333 means to you.
And can you give me another clarification on the spirit guide, Philomena Tobias?
Philomena Tobias. Yes. Let me take a look and see that there. And she's here to bring you a lot of empathy, clarity, and happiness here. And she's connected, Trevor, to something cultural in your heritage. Yes, where's your family from?
From Haiti.
Okay. So Philomena is very sacred to several of them on Haiti. Yes, please?
Yes.
Okay. So she's there as a spirit guide, but she's there to give you empathy and compassion and to hold your energy to be of assistance to you. Okay?
Okay.
All right, Trevor. Thank you so much for calling and remembering us. I so appreciate it. Bye for now. Bye.
All right. Thank you.
You're
Happy
welcome.
New Year, ma'am.
Happy New Year.
All right,
bye.
Have a great night.
You
Bye.
too. Bye. 888-565-1470. We're going to grab another call, and we've got to go to Blana, but I have a feeling it might be Blanca. I'm not sure. It is Blanca. Blanca, how are you? Thank you so much. How are you?
Good. How are you, Sarah?
I'm doing great, Blanca, and how can I assist you tonight?
So I'm really calling on behalf of my niece. I know she's young, but she's made some choices lately that concern us, and there's other choices that she should be making, and she's not. So I just want to kind of see what messages Spirit have for her. Her birthday is May 17, 2002.
But, you know, here's someone who's not strong in herself, and she's not very much of a leader. She kind of tends to be a little bit more in the following energy. Does this make any sense to you, Blanca?
Completely.
Okay. And I also see she's also she kind of sabotages herself. She's her own worst enemy. She spends a lot of time in her head, and I actually feel like she's a little prone. I'm not a doctor, cannot diagnose, not a psychiatrist, but I do feel like her energy reads like she has some depression, yes?
Yes.
Okay. And I feel as if the people that she's keeping company with, and this makes me feel like friends, boyfriends, people of that energy, they're not honoring her for a person. It's really just this energy that's not really conducive for her spiritual and emotional growth here. And I also feel as if she doesn't really feel like school and work and things that they're very important. I kind of feel like she's kind of blasé blue. She lost her zest in life, and it's almost like she's not even enjoying being a teenager like she should be. Does this make sense?
Completely.
Okay. I also feel as if that she comes with, and hear what I'm about to say, she comes with a very heavy soul. The soul seems to have had a continuum of energy that was very rough and painful in other lifetimes. And so she kind of came expecting things to be hard, and her energy is very heavy. So she's always been a heavier type vibration. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. And you're very attuned and aligned with the angels. Is this also true? And you have your own intuition, your own psychic awareness as well, please?
Yes, every once in a while it kicks in.
Well, good. Lucky for you, because, you know, you're kind of got your eye on her. If I look at your niece's energy, I also feel as if who's the female or the person that's missing in her life, because I feel like she's not feeling supported.
Well, that's the thing, that female energy was missing in her life when she was younger, and now she's present, but it's almost like it's too late, and she's not really contributing to her growth, I believe. It's more
Exactly. So the disconnect from her childhood is what has created a lot of this rift for her, and she had to stand up on her own 2 feet. I do encourage her going to some kind of counseling, some psychotherapy. I do encourage that she somehow finds her way away from some of the friends and the boy choices and the girl choices that she's making. I see a girl who's very confused. I want you to hold the energy of purple energy all around her to transform all of her low vibration. I want you to call upon the angels to surround her and Archangel Michael. For now, Blanca, they're waving me off, so I do have to bid you farewell. But I trust I've given you some insight during this very difficult family matter.
No, this is perfect, because I was thinking of Archangel Michael last night.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Blanca, for calling. God bless you. Happy New Year. And we send the angels to surround your niece during this time. Bye for now.
Thank you so much.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye. Well, everyone, we're coming to the close of another show. Our, oh my goodness, second show of 2021, January 13th. What's going to happen next? Well, fasten your seatbelts, everyone. Remember, within you is a source power that can transform everything. You are a bright light. Trust that all will be well. You're surrounded with angels all the time. Thank your ancestors for leading the way. Stand up for what you believe in. Be true to self. And remember, you are light and you are love. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
There's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate life. Listen and call in next week and let Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in next week for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.